$5 to $10 grand for kidnapping of ICE agents or Customs and Border Patrol agents, non-lethal assault. $50,000 for the assassination of high-ranking officials. Whew. Here's Greg Bavino. He works in Chicago. Says he had a bounty on his head. Watch.
We've got $50,000 bounties on the heads of federal law enforcement officers. We have criminals ramming vehicles, criminals bringing guns to protests. This is not regular street crime here in Chicago. We have assaults on Border Patrol agents, ICE officers, and our allied law enforcement agencies every day, often multiple times per day. And again, these assaults, the lethality of these assaults is increasing.
How can your officers respond to that effectively?
Well, there's power in numbers. There's safety in numbers. Secretary Noem, ever since that terror attack we saw in Dallas, she's been hardening our ICE facilities. President Trump has called in the National Guard, a very prescient and great, strong leadership we've seen from the President of the United States. But, I mean, we are seeing a coordinated, highly organized waging of war on our law enforcement on the streets of Chicago. These men and women are simply enforcing the rule of law and doing their job, and yet there's these foreign terrorist networks who are going after them. They're using a tiered system of bounties to go after them, whether it be doxing their family members, kidnapping, even murdering these brave men and women.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. The cartels, are they working with the Democrats? That's what I'll be talking about today on Chat with Me, Linda B. All right, Warriors, you know what to do. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, select all notifications. Stick around to the end. Let's go. The cartels have bounties on the head of ICE agents and CBD patrol officers. Really? And then it has come to my attention that the Democrats could possibly be involved. I am going to say allegedly for every single thing I am saying in this video. But there is some evidence, there is information out there that suggests that allegedly Democrat politicians, yes, demon rat politicians, why do you think I call these people demon rats, working with the cartels to actually dox them. They get money for doxing, they get money for kidnapping, and they get even more money for taking their lives. And I am going to show you something that is going to blow your mind. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is how far these demon rats are willing to go. Now, I know someone that's a friend of mine. He's a YouTuber as well, Mr. Ellison. He says that the Democrat Party is a crime organization. They are y'all, this world is getting crazy. I'm going to go ahead and share this with you so that you can go ahead and see this for yourself. This is wild. Okay, so guys, looking at my screen right here, it says, could this be why they don't want the wall because of what the drug money brings in? A picture is worth 1,000 words. In the El Chapo trial, it emerged that former Mexican president Pena took $100 million bribe from the cartel. Well, here he is with Nancy Pelosi, Representative Beto O'Rourke, and Representative Henry Queller on May 3rd of 2016 in Mexico City, Mexico. Was it payday? Why would Open Borders Beto be there? For sure, President Nieto openly endorsed Beto and put money in his campaign. That is so interesting. El Chapo. This is a closer look. And I am saying allegedly to everything. Okay, everything. It says El Chapo testified the cartels work with, pay off, and buy Dems like Pelosi, Newsom, Beto, Schumer, etc. A long list and not anything new. So I did put in this answer. And again, all of this is allegedly. And I put in the question, is there proof that Democrat politicians work with the Mexican cartels? And it says there is no evidence or credible proof that Democratic politicians in the United States work with Mexican drug cartels. The search results show that such claims are baseless, allegations and misrepresentations. Allegations linking politicians and cartels are instead focused on Mexican political figures, particularly those in the Morena Party and officials in the Trump and Biden administrations regarding their handling of cartel activity. It says key points from the search results regarding these allegations include Mexican politicians. Allegations of cartel ties have surfaced against Mexican politicians. Yes, those from the Morena Party, though they have consistently denied these claims. U.S. government investigations of the Obama administration. The Obama administration reportedly unalived a DEA investigation into possible cartel money connections to Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador's 2006 campaign, which he lost. Congressional hearings, Biden and Trump administrations. Congressional hearings have focused on cartel activity at the border under the Biden administration's policies, but have made no direct accusations of collaboration with cartels by Democratic politicians. The Trump administration has also faced scrutiny for its actions involving cartels. And it says Republicans have even been accused of using exaggerated and misleading rhetoric regarding immigration and cartels. So they're basically saying no to this, but I'm going to go down to this Washington Times. It says Democrats helping Mexican cartels up and down human pipeline. Okay, they want me to subscribe. Okay, but there's information out here on this. And it says something about Mr. Biden's crazy and irresponsible strategy to rely on the cartels that control the Mexican side of the southern border to send us anything they want. Our Border Patrol dutifully processes the invasion. It's $10 million in illegals at this point, including gang members, drug dealers, and these evil traffickers and slave traffickers. Okay. It is the Democrats' cynical plan, public safety be damned, take the migrants who survived cartel brutality, drownings, and vehicle smotherings, and inject them into the election voting pipeline as soon as possible. And this is coming by way of the Washington Times. Okay, all right. I'm just saying allegedly to everything in this. Okay, we don't know. And some accusations have they said, the Trump administration and how they've been handling it. But the way President Trump has been handling it looks something like this. That doesn't really look like President Trump is playing there. Yeah, that and we're not for violence, guys. This is for educational purposes only. But this is unclassified footage showing that a vehicle that is transporting allegedly fentanyl is coming into the United States. And fentanyl reports show that it takes the lives of around 100,000 Americans annually. Okay, so that is what that is showing there. So do you all believe that the Democrats are really working with the cartels? Do you believe that? Let's take a look at what's been going on. They're very much fighting for the illegals to stay here. We can just discern from previous information that we have come into contact with that these protesters are allegedly being paid. And they show up whenever the Democrats don't like something that Donald Trump is doing, our president, Donald J. Trump, is doing. They show up conveniently, whether it's the Doge cuts, cutting funding, they show up at the Doge battery stations, dealerships. They just show up. They key people's Teslas. They do all of these things. And also, the Democrats were hollering and screaming out in the streets. You had Schumer, Pelosi, Elizabeth Warren screaming out in the streets, Maxine Waters. And they are fighting desperately for these people to stay in this country. Remember the father from Maryland who is actually allegedly an MS-13 gang member? That is who they want. That is who they are fighting for as their next voting bloc. They're not going to get what they want. And we are going to see some things out here in these streets, okay? Because it looks like, and I said allegedly, I did say allegedly, evidently there's no direct proof, but what do you think, okay? If that is true, then it kind of goes along with them fighting for the illegals, don't you think? Because they really want them there. ICE agents are being brutalized.
No, it's come from a lot of groups. Like I've had, I got death threats from the cartels myself. But the bottom line is the cartels are hurting. President Trump created the most secure border in the history of this nation, which means less drugs, less of their poisons getting across. They're taking to the waters. We knew they'd take maritime once the border got shut down, the land border. They're taking the maritime. President Trump shutting that down with his attacks. So they're hurting, and they want to, affect United States law enforcement so they can keep moving their drugs in. They want to fear law enforcement to fear them. But bottom line is the men and women of ICE and Border Patrol aren't going to fear them. So I think President Trump's doing the right thing. He's playing the away game. He's taking the cartels out of Mexico and Central America and Venezuela. So we're going to end up, like President Trump promised, he's going to annihilate these cartels, and that's exactly what he's going to do. So they can threaten all they want. It's not going to stop ICE from doing the job. It's not going to stop Border Patrol doing the job. It's not going to stop me from doing my job. We're going to continue to make this America safe again, one day at a time. Every criminal threat we arrest makes our community safer. Bottom line, we're going to continue to do that.
All right, this border czar Tom Homan on Fox talking with Harris Faulkner. Now, let me just tell you, while that was playing, I was like, I hope something is being done about radical Islamists in this country, because they have videos out here on the internet saying what they plan on doing. They do. And they really, from what I'm seeing these videos saying that they want to really take over America. And one of you guys commented under one of my videos that there is a military base that is ran by Qatar or something, another. That is just not sitting well. And you've got these people in political office who are not from this country. You've got Ilhan Omar, that woman allegedly who married her brother. And then you've got this Rashida Tlaib, who's acting like a complete and total crazy woman. You've got all of these crazies out here. We got a bunch of craziness going on. We got some crazies. We got the devil is busy on all fronts. See my video that I did on Candace Owens, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Tucker Carlson. You guys really need to check that video out as well. But I wanted you all to be aware that allegedly the Democrats are working with the cartels to go after these ICE agents. And this is in direct benefit to the Democrat Party because they're fighting for these people to stay here. Every Democrat wants to give them free health care. Just about every Democrat wants to give them free health care, citizenship, the right to vote. Remember all that money they got from the previous administration, Jim Crow Joe Biden and Kathleen Kamala? They are giving them all this money, and she was the border czar, and she never even went to the border. Except at some point she finally did, and I don't even know if it was the part where the people were actually crossing. So that was just some kind of little fake job just for good face. But if she was the border czar, which allegedly she was the border czar, she let everybody in. Maybe she was doing her job, because maybe the job was knowing Jim Crow Joe, you the border czar, let them all in. It's an open border, not closed. We are going to let them all in, which is what they did. 15 million people. That is crazy. And they put these people strategically throughout the United States. Count them in the census. Increase their congressional power, the demon rats. Yeah, so that is what's happening right now. You guys, I really appreciate you watching this video. If you like this content, please like the video, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, select all notifications. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and to march on, warriors.